Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me, sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world of makeover. Time never stops, no, the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
you're getting very wealthy and you like this video, you want to subscribe to this channel because you like it.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog. So if you familiar people out here in the chat room, if I'm not mistaken, my glasses are working right, I think Chef was in there for a minute. Appreciate you, Chef. We've got Grizz. And we got Strega. I have nothing for Strega yet. We'll go with the UFO for Strega and a whale. Because you know Strega's going to be a whale one day. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Lane and I am your tour guide tonight, and we're just going to try to jump back down into that rabbit hole, trying to find some of the newer altcoins, the ones that are starting to get a little pick-me-up, the ones that are starting to gain some ground for the year. And that's mostly these guys on this new little favorite list I got here. These are the ones that kind of made a come up this year, recently, in the second half of the year. There might be something in here that starts gathering more and more attention, and if we can pick up on it early, find something with a good use case, something that'll really just kind of spark the interest of retail, maybe institutional investors alike, try to find the next hot thing. And there's a bunch of crap in here too, even though it has pumped up, but we got to work our way through it. There's some there are some other ones that I can bring in from another list, and then there's also some of the coins that you guys like to talk about, because some of the times some of the best ones come straight from the chat. Just being serious. Trigger says already a well from all these tacos. Abuelata tacos. You eat a taco today? So let's just go ahead and jump over. Bitcoin is just being the boring Bitcoin that we know on the weekend. Hanging out here at this. Oh, look, I got two of them up. They say the same thing. How cool. This value area, or this point of control, rather. I like the little one on the left over here, the VRVP. Guess I can turn this other one off if I'm going to use that right. It gives you some nice range ideas here. 26,000 is where it thinks we're going to go, and I kind of agree. Bitcoin's kind of in this Ichimoku cloud in the green, and that's usually going to suck us down here somewhere. Lost the 50 moving average here on the 4 hour and coming down. Eventually we're going to retest this 200, but 100 is our next target, and that's 26,366. 200 is coming in at 26.2. And value area low down here, 2647. That's about all we need to talk about for Bitcoin, guys. It's just boring. We're starting to look at the altcoins. This is total 3 though. We're going to take a quick look at that because this is just altcoins all boiled down and rubbed all together and pasted against the wall. I don't know. Long wedge pattern got a breakout. Not really seeing the volume there. There's a lack of volume. So keeping an eye on this trend line. Good chance that we will come down and retest this trend line. We've already testing the breakout point, staying level here. But we're in, just like Bitcoin, in on this green Ichimoku cloud. No man's land, likely to keep coming on down. Retest this 100 moving average. That's sad after we regained the 200. Sad after you got the 50 crossing bullishly over there. That's typically your buy signal, but doesn't mean buy immediately. And right now, it's just got to figure some things out. The 21's starting to come down a little bit. Very likelihood that we'll lose, a couple of $1 billion over the next couple of days here. Possibly even more. I think we got a leg rider here with the lack of volumes, so I'm not seeing a whole lot coming for altcoins, just to be honest for you, even though this looks kind of bullish right there. Quickly, I'm going to jump over here to the bigger time frames just to get a bigger picture. And it's also suggesting that we're coming down, losing a couple. Maybe we can catch there. Maybe that would be good. But one day at a time. They're just not that hot because, well, you know, we need a catalyst. We need Bitcoin to bring some excitement into this market, yet not detract from altcoins. It's a very tricky balance act. But Bitcoin is the tide that rises all ships, so hey, go Bitcoin. Do you get off this boring crap? Let's make a move. However, sadly, the Bitcoin prices, as we talked about, and we're not going to drive into that. We're on altcoins tonight. Still checking out Unibot. She's coming down to these juicy areas, man. This is Unibot against ETH, wrapped ETH. Currently, we're at 0.03. Where are we? 0.034.8 wrapped ETH, and I think we can come down to 0.02268. I've got a bigger bag of this now that we've gotten down to these juicier prices. But oh, Unibot, as far as ETH goes, is at 0.1 ETH? 0.12 ETH? Is at 0.12 ETH? Let's say it one more time. It was at 0.12 ETH. .12 ETH is about almost a 3x from here. So if you just had a third of an Ethereum, let's say it comes down to 0.22. That's a nice juicy area. Nice juicy area. We come back up to these highs, and it won't be right off. It'll take it a while, but it's been there. It can get there. It's a cool project over on Telegram. $438% return if you can get it right there. I don't know, you put in 0.2, you come out with almost a full Ethereum. Not quite, but a lot better than where you started. I don't know if I've actually taken a measure from this. I was looking at it in a different light, but this is still valid. All these patterns can work together too. You could have looked at this bearish megaphone, break to the downside. But I'm kind of looking at the little head and shoulders we got there, taking a measure move from that or the megaphone, either one, doesn't matter. Takes us down to these juicy areas. However, we only hit about the 50% area of this drops on these head and shoulders most of the time. Still, that's confidence that we can come down to these juicy areas for Unibot. I think that's cool. Unibot is not only available on Uniswap, but Unibot is also available on MEXC. A few other exchanges there. As it gains more and more popularity, I've got a trade set up here for Unibot. Juicy buy zone in it right now. $56, baby. It's 50. This thing was running. It was hanging out at $200 for the longest. In August. Through August is up 185, 190. Jumped up to $240. Now looking at the tokenomics really quickly here. Unibot. This is why I find it so interesting. 1 million maximum supply. Yeah. Makes it a lot easier for this thing to 10x. Well, we've already seen a taste of it. $56 million market cap. Could easily 10x. Could easily 20x, to be honest with you. So cool little project. Let me take a look at it. Trading made easy anywhere, anytime. So they got some tutorials on how to use it. I've checked it out on Telegram because we do have a Telegram channel over there, and it won't let me add it to the group because, well, you have to tie wallets to it and things like that. But a very interesting thing, they let you put limit orders in. I have not officially used it yet, but this is what it looks like. It's showing what it looks like right here. Really cool. Little Telegram bot. But instead of going over there to swap and just, having to watch close and time it just right, dude, you can set limit orders. That's huge for Uniswap. And I'm sure there's other third-party apps and things that do that, but this is the convenience of this little bot. And you can do Mirror Sniper. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I think it's a little bit like Copy Trade or something. I'm not sure, but you got it's just cool. And there's private transactions. It's a cool little project with a use case for us crypto traders and nerds, especially us DeFi freaks. So 6 times faster than trading on Uniswap is what it claims. And if you have the tokens, you get a cut of what they charge. Gary Gensler might have issues with that, but Gary doesn't have to know, does he? We'll let Congress figure that out. Oh! I don't know if you guys have heard that. That just blasted my ears away playing that video. So Unibot, it's one of my radar. It's one that I'm actively in, and trying to decide when I'm going to buy some more of it. Looks like we still got a little bit more down to go, and man, if it does come down to about $42, yummy. I've got my limit orders set in this little range. It could still be risky, but I still think it's a very good price to kind of get in on this. Remember, it only has 1 million. Floki Toshi, hey, welcome to the stream. Floki Toshi wants to see Floki Safe Moon. Let's check out Floki Safe Moon. I think I still got it up here. I've not looked at that one in a while. It was in a juicy buy zone, and we had a trade set up. It's not yet. Let me see if I can navigate this a little bit better here. So it is in a juicy little buy area. It is finding support on the 100 moving average. It's a slow ride, but it's made its turnaround right over here. Did a nice little double bottom, and we were looking at that as a possible breakout of this bullish megaphone, and so there we go. Trend has changed, and I'm looking at this target. I mean, this is more of a longer range target, but it coming back up. I'm looking at this whole range. This little guy already blasted off, and I think we were first hearing about it here, but it was too hot to touch then. We still looked at the charts and everything. Parabolic move, and then we get down, we get sideways. So we get kind of a range, and it appears that this is a nice little range to trade because you can 5x within this range. And so that's how I'm playing it. So down here on the yum and just waiting till we get up here. But I mean, it's not going to go straight up there. We will have some issues and have to work our way up here. We especially got this moving average to move over, and that's at 59.16. It would probably be more realistic to. This was just to demonstrate the range that it's going to actually play in. But right up through here, even going after this target, that's a 2x. So, risky plays on meme coins and things like that. It's a growing community, but there are some impressive gains that you can get. It just coming back up to this support resistance area right here at 42.21. There you go. It doubles right there to that next target. So what you want to watch out for, and this is on the 4 hour, we can get above the 200. That's very, very positive. Once we reclaim the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, we're locally bullish, and then we start working on getting that daily back. So looking good. Still making higher highs, or needs to make another higher high up here about 27, and we got higher lows. So just riding the moving averages at the moment. Indicators, just taking a quick look. Have to blow this little guy up. MACD, it looks like it's MACD actually is pointing down here. MACD just flipped. There may be another flip here. We need to watch that a little carefully. But until we actually get a crossover, I feel better seeing a crossover, but I think we got a little wishy-washy area, kind of like this going on. Need to keep an eye on that for sure. So it's we don't want to lose this 100. Everything looks nice, like it's going up. It looks like it will catch support there. But now the MACD's got me a little bit where I just want to take a closer look now. Still get nothing on my RSI on this chart on Dex Tools over here. Unless that's it way up here at 99. So let's bring this thing down to the 1 hour. One hour is definitely seeing some rejection there. What it's got going in its favor is that the 100 moving average is still above the 200, just kind of following it up there. So that will help to draw the price back up to these levels at 1970. But she is wanting to be a little bit bearish here on the 1 hour, especially with that death cross right there. So just got to be a little cautious. There may be a little retest of an area here. See if we can extract some information. I would watch for this being in a channel. We lost that symmetrical triangle. That's what we got going on at the moment. So symmetrical triangle is where it was. I'm on the smaller time frame, getting some more details here. Lost that, came back to retest that. So down at the bottom of this channel, we're kind of guesstimating here. I'm just taking that same angle, put it to our candle close there, and it seems to line up nicely. And it seems to also come back over here just a little bit too. So I'm riding with that because price does travel in channels. And if you pay close to those angles, well, they can help you out. So we're looking to see if we get support here on the 4 hour at 1706. If it holds, we can look at reclaiming the 200 and getting the breakout, hopefully, of this falling channel. If we lose that, definitely do look for us coming back down to 1319, retesting the bottom of this channel. These look a little, the smaller moving averages look like it has a shot to be bullish, but we may actually be coming down to maybe do another, confirm this double bottom. We have this little confirmation right here. We may be coming down here, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. And let me just check one more time frame here. See, my larger my moving averages on those larger time frames look good, I think, in my personal opinion. I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm on the 12 hour right now. And we still got the 9 above the 21, hasn't yet crossed. And if it does, it's not the end of the world. It's still up. We're bouncing off that. But the MACD, man, what is the MACD doing? That's my concern. It's MACD, I think, is just going sideways, but it could be crossing negative. So I would say be cautious for the time being until we figure out what's going on with this MACD. Anyway, when it's going sideways, that's, not the best trading time anyway. So we may just have to give this one a little time and wait for some confirmation and see what's going to do watching the smaller time frames. But overall, aside from the MACD, I like what I'm seeing on my moving averages there. So I still think we'll just have to extend our little buying area to the lower half of this zone. So if you're really wanting to take advantage, if we do get a drop, buying down here about 1374 on the bottom here would be a great place to try to take a trade to get back into, take advantage of the higher points in this range when it does start breaking back up there. So I would say officially on this one, you have to watch. But breaking out would be positive. Losing the trend line here and coming down, well, that can be positive. It'll just take a little bit longer for it to play out. Striga says, I'm not buying it. I actually did play it. I played it when we were over here. And I was like, okay. I think I'll play this one again. Currently, I think last time I bought it in my buy zone over here, and don't remember, I don't think I've added any more to it yet. So if we drop down, I will add more to it. And I don't have a huge position. It's just, I liked what I saw on the chart that time. All right, so we looked at Unibot, we looked at Floki's Safe Moon. I'm not buying Unibot. Okay. Don't have to buy Unibot. But if she gets up to $500, all right, some other ones on our radar. I'm really interested in some of these that are popping up. I think we looked at Acro. I wasn't too impressed with Acro. This is GRS. KuCoin. 43 million. Market cap 105 million, 83 million out. Okay, not horrible. All-time high was 274 2 years ago. Trading at 52 cents. What was your low? Oh my gosh, this thing's been out for a long time. All-time low was 9 years ago, so you've been out for a while. Let's see what that chart looks like. And it just makes lower lows through every cycle. And that's one thing, I mean, it's cool that it's still in the game, whatever it does, because I cannot remember. I would say this has made a higher low so far on this cycle. It hasn't come back to these lows over here. That's interesting. But it's also, it made a lower high up here. Like I said, I think the most impressive gains will probably be from some new players. Let's see, what is KuCoin? Latest tech and Lightning Network for subatomic fees. Android, iOS, Windows, Mac. That's a nice website. Pay with GRS, debit cards, payment. So they're set up. They've been working hard over these past 10 years getting everything set up. They've got a lot of... I mean, it takes them a while to get this stuff pulled off, so... Okay. Next major development release. Oh, is it right now? 0 days? Right now? Okay. Well, to each his own. I'm not going to call this as one that's just really screaming at me. And I'm trying to... I would expect a lower high, and what did we get up here? I can't even see what that is. It is a little bit over $1. So about $1.10, and then this was just about $2.10. This is 2021. This was, this is actually this year. This is actually, what was it, today? So what bumped you? No. It was earlier this month. Okay, and I missed that. So is just now come back to a pullback, but it was up to $1.20. That's out of all this time. 2018, there were two nice little pumps with nice profit. 2021, and then this one. So I wouldn't expect another one back to back. I think I would give this one a little bit of a rest. I'm not seeing it on that little guy. Dimitri has been getting some excitement, but we haven't looked at that one in a while. Dimitra. Call it Dimitria. It's Dimitra. It's got 1 billion maximum supply and circulating supply of 400 million. Nice, juicy, low market cap. Still at 7.7 million. Trading at roughly just a little under 2 cents there. When I look at this one, I mean, some people get bullish on it because, you know, they're trying to solve some, you know, green problems. With its using blockchain with farming. So cool concept. I mean, it is, but connected farmer platform. I mean, they're trying to solve some solutions in agriculture. They have a connected farmer platform, Dimitra livestock guru platform, all these platforms, and coffee and deforestation. Platform is targeted at supporting small farmers to record their farming activities, create and receive detailed dashboard reports, and receive recommendations that will allow them to make informed decisions that impact the profitability and standard of living. It's supposed to help them get more profitable, but okay, that sounds cool. But then there's a part of my mind that's like, okay, well, it sounds to me like you guys got to have some hardware. You guys got to have some equipment to pull this baby off, because the token by itself ain't going to do it. What's the token do? If that's what I'm buying, what does this token do? So Dimitra launched a digital token to accelerate achieving our mission. Well, let me translate that. We need y'all's money. So buy this token, give us some money so we can do some stuff. Gary Gensler will be all over this one, I am sure. But for the rest of the world, you know, I mean, you guys can do what you want, but still, it was raising. What does the token do? There's other ways to raise money besides getting a token. Does this token do something? Token holders help drive platform growth, ecosystem development, and expedite delivery of app to millions of farmers. Our token delivers great utility within our ecosystem and the ongoing growth. All right, yeah, so I just don't see the deepness. I don't see it in Dimitra. I have some of this, but and it's something that I bought a while back. But to me, I think it said it right there in that one sentence. To make this happen, we need to raise money. Here's $1 billion of this token. You guys buy it up so we have money to do what we're doing over here. That is a security, my friends. This token does nothing but whatever they develop for it within their ecosystem. So it all depends on them and their ecosystem and all the other crap, all the other variables that had to play in this to make the success, which I'm sure involves a lot of hardware. Probably what they're spending some of this stuff on, but still, I'm not crazy about it. I'm just not. Sultan, hey, how you doing, man? How can you see looks and mellow? Sure can. Striga says, buying this token and get a free Lambo. Gris says, security in a rug. I mean, it could be, yeah, it could. On that one, yeah. I'm not big on it. Not big on it. Some people really bought into it, and you know, I mean, the narrative. But narratives are here in crypto to sell. So, and narratives will pump your bags, but the things that keep them pumped is utility. I mean, Hard to beat Bitcoin. Hard to beat Bitcoin. I'm just telling you. All right, let's take a look at Velo and Lux. Since I'm here, I'm going to look them up here just so we can look over the tokenomics and Velo. Lots of these out there, man. Almost 24 billion. Gosh, that's a lot. So I start shying away from projects when we start getting these crazy coins out here. But it's got about a third of it out circulating in the market. So currently, Velo, $18 million market cap. Fully diluted. If we had all these tokens out, we would need a $60,000 market cap to hold this same price that's currently at it, 0.0025 cents. I'm going to start switching to Coin market cap because I want a place that tells me what these things do without having me have to go find it all the time. So supercharge your money with velocity, connecting businesses to individuals with global pool funds. Supercharge the velocity of money through seamless financial services powered by our Web3 ecosystem. Trustless, formless, borderless, limitless. Okay, so a payment system thing, basically. All right, with a ton of tokens. Let's see what the charts say. We did not see Velo. We didn't look at the highs. So 2 years ago, it reached a high. Remember, it's currently trading at 0.0024. It reached a high of $2.29 2 years ago. Now, I don't know how many tokens have been unleashed in those past 2 years, but I'm sure that this has been effective, and that does affect how it performs. So let's take a look and see how it's doing right now. Now on the weekly, I'll give it props for getting above the 9 moving average, and if it can hold it, that would be good. We got above it over here, but it couldn't hold it. But that's his first signs of being bullish right here when we see that. So we got that going for us. Magdi's kind of tired, but she's still going. And we do have money flow coming up a little bit. VWAP is above, so that's good. Stochastics are kind of, well, they're aiming toward the top. That's a little bit better there. So the biggest thing, we're above that 9 moving average. It's coming down smaller time frames, still above it there. Lost it on the 3-day. So I'll need to take a look at this one. 100 moving average is coming in and starting to curve, so that's a good sign, because the 200 is starting, but it's still kind of coming down kind of quick and hard. So I'm concerned about that. That's a lot of downward pressure right there. But it is starting to wrap around, so man, I think at best we're going to see a lot of sideways, to be honest with you. So, I mean, this was kind of not the greatest falling wedge ever, because there's not enough touches for a top trend line. You need at least 3 on one side and 2 on the other, and that guy just don't, you know. It confirmed at the end here, but it's very lackluster, right? It's not what we usually see, and I can't get this thing to do right. All right, I'm trying to draw some lines here. So we lost that, and that was a bearish retest of that guy. I'm just going to take this trend line off of there. Now we got this. Now I'm on a 3-day chart here. Looks like we had another little falling wedge type pattern here. This was more of a symmetrical, if we go by that trend line, and they cannot be trusted. And 4 hours says we are losing our key support here with our moving averages, and she's wanting to come down. So how far is this little baby going to come down? Bigger time frames would probably give us more information. Really, I'm just checking this out while I'm here. $786,886 retracements, and right there I've got a 127 fib for the current move that it's on. I think we come down to 0.0018 to 0.0021. We broke that trend line there. Broke this one and it's retested. It's riding it up, and checking here to see if there's bearish divergence. A lot of times you'll get a double top there with bearish divergence, but we lost the 200 on the 4 hour, so down she comes until she can reclaim that. Possible to get a bounce here, maybe, but I am looking for these areas losing that. So that's what I got for Velo coming down. Check out some of these larger time frames. Oh, that's nice. I like that. So coming to the daily, get, a lot less noise, do my trend lines, and see we got a support. We bounced off of the trend line once. And we're dipping into a red Ichimoku cloud on the daily. Okay, so that's actually, I actually see this as being more bullish. There's a chance we got rejected here at this 100 moving average with these, and they're coming down. So I want to keep that in mind. But sometimes when we're in a red cloud, we can dip into it and then it'll spit us out, and then we go above the green. So that's something to watch here. If we get a bounce off the 50 daily moving average, that's 0.00244.6. So we lost the 100. We've got to come to the 50. If we bounce there, then we're probably good. Lose it, yeah, still looking at this stuff here. But it does have a chance. It does have a chance to bounce there. So with this red cloud, it'll be a struggle though, because it's got to straighten these moving averages out. But just the way that this one is curving under the 21 and not really trying to cross it, and it got rejected here, that makes me think that maybe the 50 won't hold, and original thesis down here we saw in the smaller time frames play out. So Velo looking a little bit bearish to me, with the possibility, keep an eye and see what it does. I would watch the daily, or mark it on the daily chart, that area, watch the smaller time frames to see if it catches. I would mark it there and then just check the smaller time frames and see how it plays off of it. Smaller time frames make it look like, oh man, that little Ichimoku cloud makes it look like it'll bust through it. There is some divergence starting to form here though, so let's see, our price action is coming down and it's leveling out here on the RSI. So that means it's trying to put the brakes on and trying to slow up a little bit. So this area right here, 0.0024, watch it very carefully. We lose it, expect more downside, but the chance is wanting to try to do something here. And that also is, Gordon spawns over here to the left. It's that same area, so it's trying to confirm this as being support. So this has become a key area right here. The only reason I can see why it would say I would put more emphasis on where it is right now, losing that, unless it wicks. But even if it comes down here, it's got to get back above its point right where it is now. We got to bounce from here or get above here to be actually bullish. And that's a key level right there. All right, let's jump into it's Velo and Looks, right? Looks rare, I guess. Let's learn how to spell. Okay, so I'm going to go with one on OKX over here. Try not to spend too much time getting into all the details on this. So below the 9 on the weekly, however, BMC says that it's looking a little bit positive for the weekly. It's got some hope for it to maybe get a little bit of upside. I see I'm not crazy about the angle there. See what we got on smaller time frames, working our way through there. Still below the 9 here. 3-day doesn't like it. It says it wants to go down a little bit. I'm seeing... No. Looking for some divergence. There's a little bit here, but I'm not seeing any so far over here on the 3-day. Daily looks interesting. So we broke trend line here, but yet our 9 moving average is, it crossed over the 21 and it is above there. It's trying to make more upside. But our MACD and some of the other indicators are saying, no, more downside. And we may start seeing that out of some of these altcoins, because Total 3 we looked at earlier is just not looking all that great at the moment for altcoins. As Bitcoin starts, I think it's going to be, we're definitely in Bitcoin season now. We lost our chance at altcoin season. So we could see some even juicier prices out of some of these guys. Are you trying to diamond out? That'd be interesting. I'm not quite seeing that yet. So I think this is an issue here, and on the 6 hour, it's an odd time frame, but that's looking bearish to me. We broke that trend, so I'm looking for some more downside actually for this one. Okay. So there's a little bit of symmetry here. And what we might be looking at, how would I describe this? This is definitely going to come into play. We've got a wick here. We've got this wick here. I think it's very likely we come back and retest this wick at 4.5 cents. And it doesn't have to be now, but I think over time we can see some sideways action and then another wick down there. It's going to, I can be totally wrong on this, but this looks like it's mirroring. So we'll get some symmetry on this side too, something similar to this. Almost like it's rounding, but we're just not seeing the roundness yet. So I think this one's again accumulation is what it looks like. Looks like we're just now starting accumulation. And we may see this again. We saw this about a year ago out of altcoins, where we started making some more rounding bottoms, and we may be doing that again with some of them, and that's a good time to accumulate. So you can have these definite lower levels to look at. And it being an accumulation, it's one that you're trying to build a big bag of. I would be looking right here about 4 to 4.5 cents toward the bottom of this roundy, because it looks like it's definitely wanting to come down here and play around in that playground for a little bit. Just bring the chat down. It's a big. Oh, because of you, I buy knock at 23 cents. Did you get in on it? Great. I love to hear that. You got it at a better deal than I did, I think. I may have dipped a finger or a toe in around those prices, but the bulk of my bag, I filled at 28 or 30, and I felt bad. I felt like I was foaming one in and buying at the top, which I basically was, but I had to take that chance because I saw, man, this thing looks like it's hot and wants to go. So congratulations, man, and I appreciate you letting me know that. I like it when I can help people make money. Striker says, if it's older than 5 minutes, I'm not buying it. Hey, Zero Soda. What's up, dog? My fellow dogs. Hey, glad to have you here, Zero. CFX looking like it could blow up next week based on Fib speed resistance fan. Sierra, you getting into some advanced stuff right there. Cool. Let's see, CFX. I gotta check some tokens over here on CFX. That's Conflux, right? Yeah. Oh, good lord. 5.2 billion, not horrible, but man, I really love those lower market caps and lower coins. 263 million, not too bad. Okay, Conflux, this is supposed to be a Chinese favorite. Apparently, my little setup did not work there. Okay, we need to clean this chart up. The channels may still be effective. Well, the weekly looks a little promising, at least Market Cipher thinks so. MACD? Is not where we need it to be yet, but it's getting there. The histogram's going up. Yeah, I can't do that one yet. So to me, I think it's kind of like what we saw on the other one. We're getting the accumulation zone. I think we were hoping China to pump it, but it looks like China's wanting to accumulate it. Now this, I've kind of got a parabolic shape or a rounding shape right here, but I mean, it can go through and this can extend. That's probably not what you want to hear, but I think we're going to see a lot more accumulation over the next 6 to 8 months out of some of these altcoins. So, it could actually be something bigger like this rather than it curving up right there. Sometimes when they are doing a rounded type bottom, you can see them play this and you'll get spikes. You'll definitely get some spikes and plays in the middle, but we can see them do things like that, even making him in there in the middle. So when it comes to this, I always recommend targeting down through here, and it looks like we're coming down there a little bit. I mean, I know Market Cipher's got a green dot, and stochastics on the low. So Market Cipher says, hey, it might have something. Might. It's got some bullish signs here on Market Cipher, but I'm not seeing it yet on the other stuff I need to see it on. I'm actually seeing some more. My moving average is that's just bearish. That just is. No way around it on that one. And so that's already at a 786. All right, let's come down to smaller time frame. So we're way below the 200 on the daily. Okay, it's trying to hold this level at 786. I'm not convinced that it's going to do it, just based on what I'm seeing on the bigger time frame. But if it can, that's good. All these moving averages just crossed this 200, in the summer. And it usually takes them a little bit while to play out before they get ready to start coming back up to cross it again. So I think there may be, we got an example over here. It just takes them a little while. But I think some good areas to get in on this. Let me find that tool again. I mean, I have to go with this 786-886 because that's usually where these big retracements will find a bounce. So we'll have to look at that. But I do think that you probably don't want to rule out this area, whether it's coming there now or, you know, bumping up and then coming down here eventually. It's probably a good idea with this whole accumulation thing that we got going on. We can't go into negative though. So, I mean, I'd be open to 0.2 cents up to 0.4 cents. But it looks like it is trying to do something here, but just what I'm seeing on the bigger time frames, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down on this move to 0.07 cents. It wouldn't surprise me, but do look for a bounce. If it gets above that 50 moving average on the daily, then that's promising. That would be good. But it does look like it's trying to get some support here. I just don't know if it's going to hold. 4 hours suggests that it might hold though. Okay, well, I've got to change my tune. As I get more information here, the 4 hour is, if we're above the 200 on the 4 hour, we're bullish. Temporarily, I mean, it may not last, but as long as we are, we're bullish. And Ichimoku Cloud looks good on the 4 hour. Maybe it's caught a little bounce here and it's just going to have to struggle to move on up, but 4 hour looks good. I don't think that we're getting ready to blast, but it looks like it's at least found support. And if we're coming back up, I mean, overall, this is a falling channel, and, you know, you can expect it to come back up to these 40, 44 cent areas at least. Get retested there and then have to work our way higher. But that's a good move up from here from 12 to 44 cents, right? It'd just be a little bit of a struggle for it to do that, I think. So that's my take. It looks like it's trying to do something here. If it does, if that is our bottom, then you would want to target this area if you're trying to take profits. Between 29 and 34 cents, that 0.5 and 618 at 34 cents. You can hold for 58 cents. If it decides to do something, that would be the target that you want to look for. If it does go bullish, that would be a good one to take some profit on. What happened? What just happened? What were we on? Conflux. Let's go back to that chart there. Oh, good. Hit the wrong button again. What's the deal with these lines, dude? All right. All right, so I'm trying to draw a line right here. There we go. Finally got it. So if we do start going bullish, 4 hours suggests that maybe we can. The daily, there is a little bit of bullish divergence, a little bit, right here. All right, I would look for that. If it goes bullish and we start breaking to the upside, man, that looks cool. So smaller time frames make us look like we can get a pop, and the larger ones make me think that we're still in a bigger accumulation phase. So maybe looking at a pop and then coming back down to these areas eventually, but still make some money while we do it. Nelson, dope stream. Can you peep Squid Grow if you have a chance? Sadly, I haven't got. Do I have Squid Grow? Tokenmetrics like Squid Grow, so I had to nibble at it, but it has not really been that impressive in my portfolio there. It just keeps coming down. Tokenmetrics. Throwing that out there. I'm sorry. Why are you promoting that Tokenmetrics? So Tokenmetrics sees something with Squid Grow and currently is down retesting this bottom area down there, and it could keep coming. Gosh. All right, let me zoom out here just a little bit. Under the 9 on the weekly, not crazy about that. 5 days still under the 9. 9 moving average will tell you if you are bullish or bearish on whatever time frame. And we just keep riding underneath that 9. Even on the 1 hour. Even on the 45 minute, this little guy, he's wanting to go down. So wick down here, and what gets wicked often gets candlestick, so we got that. Now sometimes when it does this, we'll get a pop. So what I'm trying to do is look for some divergences here. And this is the weirdest thing to read right here. That is not good. This has got to be very low liquidity. Alright, Alright, so overall we lost this trend line, which is not great. Unless this is like a bear trap and just pops back in. And from what I'm seeing on the moving averages, that looks a little bit hard. So we come up here to Squid Grow. While most of the tokens are supposed to be out in circulation, that's too dang many coins, man. However, it's got a tiny market cap. That's probably what Tokenmetrics, I don't know what Tokenmetrics saw in it. Tokenmetrics thinks that this one's a 100x coin though. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll throw a little bit in there. I'll play a lottery ticket on that. Because sometimes I just shotgun some of these little, I don't know, what would you call them? The lottery ticket coins, these little small cap, micro caps. Sometimes you can shotgun them and see what you come up with. Sometimes you win, a lot of times you lose. But Tokenmetrics sees something in it, but they also, you know, I've got a few questions about Tokenmetrics at the moment. All-time high was a lot of zeros and a 2.5. 7 months ago, we're down to 75% from that. Wow. Strega, what do you think about Squid Grow? You got any Squid Grow to say, Strega? I just see down. I just really see down. And my little cheat fib suggests that we'll come down to this bottom here and retest that. So all those zeros in 45.50, and we're at all those zeros in 83.97. So that's a possible 50% drop to come back down and retest this. Now that might be a place to jump in, but I would want to make sure that the moving averages and your indicators are looking like they can do something once you get there. But she's coming down. Now there may be a little retest. So if you see this is what you need to look out for. Because they might make you feel bullish all of a sudden and we start regaining ground, but that happens. We come back up and retest where we were, so there could be a little upside. I would recommend to take advantage of that. This does not even tell me what percent move that is. But retest a trend line and then get rejected and come down to those lower areas. It's highly likely you'll see that play out that kind of way. All right, see what else we got going on. Shiftatron came in too early and then got distracted. I get distracted all the time, Chef. I believe in the 15-minute time frame supremacy. Nelson says, thanks for checking. See, same thing, either bounce here or down to base. Yeah, I think it's coming down. I mean, if it's a bull trap or a bear trap, but I just don't see it on time frames. Don't see it on the time frames. But I'll say this about it. I mean, you know, normally I would take a measured move when you break a time frame like that. It would be wild if it could get back up in that pattern. That would be awesome. But so that's just what we got to watch for. They could do that, but most likely it will get rejected there. But yeah, I always keep a close eye when things are doing that, when they're coming back up there, because you never know. Sometimes they want to fake you out. All right. So I think we looked at Wagme Game 2 before. We've looked at Trios plenty of times. Someone asked me to look at Ori Chain, and it happens to be on that list. This is one I'm in on, and I like Ori Chain. It pumped up with the AI pump that we haven't seen that narrative take off in crypto again since then. Hopefully we'll have a bigger pump next time and take some profit on that. So it looks like we got an 886 retracement is what it looks like. Oh, we went below the 886, didn't we? Let me check my fibs here. We went below the 886 to retest this area over here, but now we're trying to recover it. Ori is trading at $2.06, just bounced off of 150, which was a juicy price to get it. So this little guy was over here last year this time, around the same prices. Then we had the AI narrative that came out, right? Because I was all hip into AGIX right here when it was around 4 or 5 cents. Yum, yum. Making videos about that, telling you, man, don't miss out on AGIX. And it still hasn't come all the way back down, even though. But AI just blasted off. This one went up to $11, and wow. So I like the tokenomics on this one. It's on the Cosmos ecosystem. I've got mine over there working on DeFi and staking, and I like the rewards I'm getting over there. So I'm hoping that this one does a lot more. It's an AI Oracle play and kind of its own ecosystem, kind of like Osmosis. They have a DEX called Ori DEX. Just interesting. I like what Cosmos is doing, the ecosystem. And so this is one of my plays, and mostly doing DeFi, letting my DeFi bags build and see what happens with it. But, you know, it took it this long before we pumped up, and, you know, we could be doing something kind of similar. Still got a long way to go before we get above that 200 daily moving average, but let's see what our smaller time frames are looking like. 4 hour, thank you. Thank you so much, Ori Chain. You're looking great on the 4 hour. You look ready to rock on the 4 hour. There's some curving there. There's a little bit of parabolic activity. Flagging out right there. If we break this trend line, you know, hey, sideways and down probably, but she's wanting to do something on the 4 hour. So cool, good deal. Do we actually have can we consider this a breakout? There's some volume here. Trying to make sure I got my trend lines drawn right. That one's going to be a tough one to play there. So we can get back to 350. That would be great. I think that's where 61A was coming in for this particular move right here on ORI. And we got our 200 moving average here on the daily coming in at what, 303. Getting back up to around $3 I think would be awesome. But very impressed with the 4 hour. So for a play, I mean, that's a 46% move just going to $3 from 2, right? We can make it up to the 618 Fibonacci. Maybe a 70% move right there. I like that. Or right chain. There says that straight. Oh. Profit? What's that? I haven't heard that word since 2021. And Striker says, I forgot what profit is. Your bags are looking kind of rough. They are. I mean, they're holding. I'm not seeing any major losses, but I'm just not seeing, you know, we're at that lull of the market right now. So it's going to get a little trying. I think this is going to be the time where it tests us with being boring and dropping and making us feel like we bought way too high. But just remember, we're still at the bottoms of the bottoms, you know. A year from now, we'll be out of this situation. Just one more year from now, we'll start seeing the turnaround within 6 to 8 months. But it'll be boring and down a lot between now and then. And you'll think you got the bottom on the altcoin, and you'll be surprised. So this is not one of the little altcoins I'm looking for, but this is Atom. That's concerning. You broke a trend line. All right, so this is interesting because Atom breaks that. This is a buy zone. I've got it under the trend line. It's crazy, but I think we got a bear trap. And if we get a bear trap on Atom, we might have a bear trap on some of these other coins we're kind of looking at. But that's just me totally guesstimating, because what should happen is that we should get rejected and come down. I just can't, you know, maybe I'll be surprised at Atom. Maybe it'll come down to $3 and I'm like, dang it. Dang it. Now it's froze up on me. Let's zoom out on this little guy. Because that doesn't make sense to me, what we got on the chart. That's not comforting. Bearish cross right there. Not liking that. Atom, are you coming down? Are we coming down to $3 Atom? $3 Cosmos. That trend line's a little bit more accurate right there. That just gives you a bigger place to go. That kind of goes with my little target. I've got a target at $10. I don't know that we'll get there. We're way under the 9, but being so far under the 9 pulls us back to that 9, and that's at 865. See what we got on the daily here. This was the buy zone I put up there. Can it go lower? Well, they can always go lower, but I think anywhere under $8 for Atom has been a good place to buy. And I was surprised that we broke below 8. We had a measure move to come down, and woo, look how accurate that was. Came right to it. That was from this, and we took this measure move as, we read that as a flag. And that move right there. So we nailed that little guy. And we're coming to the upside, and then of course this would be the target to sell back at 54 cents, $10. That's the play that I've got set up for it, and hopefully that will work. But once we get up here these areas, we may be seeing some lower top prices out of Atom. I hate to say it, maybe getting $2-3 Atom. Gosh, I'm sounding like a horrible bear. And it's just crazy. We didn't see prices quite that low, did we? And what did we have last time? Yeah, we did. We did. We had $1.87 Atom back in 2019. Because I think right in here is where I started getting into it. We may come back. Oh wow. I mean, look at this. Bearish divergence, and well, I don't know if I trust that divergence as well, but still, red dot on market cipher. They're looking rough. Hey dog, what do you think about Wall Street memes? Does it have any significance? I'm not familiar with it. Now, is it a coin or is that something else? Wall Street memes. Okay. So it's a token. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see. We got DEX tools somewhere. I never can remember how to get out of this thing. No pairs found there. It hasn't launched yet, just in pre-sale phase. Okay, we'll launch on the 27th of September. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with it at all. Staking community about WSM to launch on multiple tier 1 exchanges. 3 days, 5 hours. Oh, cool. Hey, thanks for the alpha. Wall Street memes. Yeah, I am not familiar. That's a cool looking website. So I guess you can connect and buy early. Powered by Web3 payments. Hamping. Even Elon loves our memes. Wall Street memes brings you the long-awaited token for vibrant community followed by engaged by with even Elon Musk. Wall Street token or WSM token, little guy challenged Wall Street in the infamous GameStop fiasco 2021. Yeah. Where now that movement is Wall Street memes, the ultimate expression of the internet's triumph over rampant capitalism. Wall Street memes is tokenizing the movement. Okay. Well, they're definitely putting a lot behind it. Honestly, I'm very skeptical of all meme coins. I just am, and I don't ever put a lot in them. The main bulk of things I'm looking for is things with utility, something that's actually going to have a good use case and something that will entice institutional investors, bigger money, or bigger businesses that solve a problem with business, because that's what blockchain can do. And I know the NFT craze and, you know, the monkey pictures and meme coins and all that stuff is fun, and it can be profitable if you're in it at the right time and know how to play it. Otherwise, you're just the liquidity for the people that do know how to play it, and there are people that know how to play it very well. But for me, I mean, I do dabble, but it's not my thing. I don't take them seriously at all. So, but you know, there'll be definitely a lot of people behind it, and they will hype it up, and then at some point people are going to forget about it, and it will go the way that the rest of them have. So that's my thoughts. Oh, Strega mean mugging me. Strega likes meme coins. I don't judge, that's just my personal thought. A lot of people made millions of dollars out of these meme coins. All right. Well, I'm getting off my gym hunt, off my deep dive here. I'm starting to go to the bigger things like AVAX. Striker says meme coins are terrible. Okay. I think I can agree with you, but I am guilty of having just few. And here's a testimony to how wrecked it you can get. Oh, I'm not even hooked up. It's a paper trade, but I got in on Peppy and it wouldn't let me sell it. I don't know. I didn't know I had to sell it on here, so I rode that little baby down. I think it was up $400, and last time I looked, it was down like almost $2,000. So, yeah, there you go. White Bitcoin. I'm seeing that exchange Whitebit pop up more. Exchange tokens can be, you know, we saw FTX and know how that goes, but KuCoin did pretty well with theirs. Or Mixi did well with theirs too. KuCoin, gosh, I remember when it was 35, 50 cents, and then we, you know, went up to mega dollars. So, not to be overlooked. I don't know that KuCoin will have that luck again, since I don't know why this thing's not drawing a line when I need it to draw a line. Oh, here was 1x. So Whitebit, I do want to take a look at that one. See what the tokenomics are on it. So 400 million, 144 million are out there. 765 million market cap. It's already up there, huh? Whitebit's going at 531. It's a little bit more pricey than I thought, but that's about what KuCoin and I think even Mexi is $2 or $3 now, right? Well, she's definitely on the uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. There's some divergence forming there. The bullish kind, actually. But it's weak. It's a weak divergence. You've already broke a trend line right there. Technically, you broke it right here and you retested it. Yet, that is not bearish divergence. And I find that very interesting. Yet there is some very weak bullish divergence here. And I think we can count on this trend line here holding. Can we get a secondary? That's a diagonal support resistance flip right there. So I will stick with that, lining up with our 200 moving average, which I think we're coming back down to. So if you're thinking about getting into this, I would look at this area. If there's a bounce, and if there's not a bounce, that means it's going to break down, because we could be in this kind of rising wedge pattern that we just lost. That makes more sense, actually. So this is a secondary trend line. It's not as strong. It could be. Might get a bounce. Might see something. But there might be a possible short here. It might be a bounce to the upside. Won't know until we get there. Rising wedges do tend to come down. She's lost the 4-hour 200 moving average, so it does look like she wants to come down to these areas. $5. But how cheap can she go? Well, she never did come down and retest that wick at $2.36. Got down to where? $3? She might get back down to $3.50, $3.60. She loses that trend line, or she may catch $4.15. Have to revisit that. But right now, she has broken that trend line, and she could come up and retest, or just keep dropping right down to the 200 moving average there on the daily. Which seems that's what he's going to do in the smaller time frames. If that holds, there might be something here for some more upside. We'll have to look at that later. Zero says, yeah, Baby 2 showed its love to me. Scars remain fresh, yeah. Striga says, you guys sell at certain market caps and make sure there's enough liquidity. Yeah. Meme coin's just a little too... I'd just rather not see my money bleed out. I don't like seeing it bleed out. So I really like the ones that are hot. And this watch list here is, I mean, these are the ones that have been strong all year long. The other ones are the newly strong ones that are kind of peeking their head up in profit. But Velo was one, Caspa, Naka, Pendle. So I've got some Pendle, that. But these are the ones that are hanging tight, hanging tough. And THN, have we looked at that? Throne. You know nothing, Jon Snow. 1.9 billion, 30 million out there. Ooh, juicy small market cap. $1 million market cap. THR.ONE. That would make me think it's a Harmony 1 coin, but it's on Ethereum. And of course, CoinGecko won't tell me what this coin does, so that was too bright. Too bright. Bright light. Before you continue to compatible your browser. Whatever. I don't want an extension. By clicking below, you'll go through a standard security check, after which you'll be redirected to Chrome Store and be given the option to install Voice Search Extension. This Chrome extension will offer a safer web search experience by changing your default search provider. Screw you, buddy. Don't want to make any changes on my system for you. What's that? I mean, that's just crazy talk. Let's come over here to Bing or whatever. What am I looking at? The throne? Throne. Wish list for creators. You wanted me to do all that stuff so I can come over here to find out that you're just a freaking wish list for creators. Yeah, that's why I don't jump for that stuff. Can't trust that stuff. I don't know what you're trying to do to my computer. Well, I ain't going to be the next guy to get hacked. The wish list for creators. Create your privacy first wish list and let your fans support you by sending gifts without sharing personal information. Bullshit. Yeah. Change the world, baby. How do you go on this list up 1,000? How? How? What the? I can't remember the ticker. That just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know why. THN. It's on the list though. Let's see what the chart looks like. It looks like a big hockey stick. It looks like a big hockey stick that probably had some marketing to come in in January. It did good to July, and now it's not. Will it find support on the 50 moving average on the weekly? It is below the 200 on the daily, so I say no way in hell. This one has no interest to me at all. However, I gotta say, it's in a possible, watch me go by the rules now. It's in a possible bullish megaphone, which could break to the upside. Now we can see continued support above this 9-moving average, and we break above the 50, break above the 200, and get a breakout from here. We could see some more upside. I don't like it. You can also get rejected right there because you did have the death crossy. And you come back down to the bottom of this pattern, which is at negative 0.001916. Jeez. It can't fall too low, huh? So, seeing that, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't see anything that's redeeming about this whatsoever. I just keep seeing this trend line. The spells rejection. And it is up 1,000%. It's 10x'd this year. Even down as low as it is now, it's still 10x up above what it is, but somewhere there are people sitting around, I got a great idea for an altcoin. And they're not. Elf, I think, is a wallet. Oh, it's Aleph. Oh, that Elf. That actually made some progress last year. We'll have to take a look at some of these tomorrow night because I've stayed on here way too late again. Guys, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Crypto Goat, hey, welcome to back to the stream, man. Your voice and way presentation is also on. Thank you. I'm worried that I bore people. Best wishes for the future. Hopefully get your YouTube silver button during the next bull run. That would be cool. I can't even excuse me, I can't even imagine. Striga says Vera on Coinbase keeps going down. We'll have to take a look at that. But right now I've got church in the morning, and actually tomorrow is my birthday, so I think the wife's got something planned. And Striga says Knock is killing it. It is. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me, and we've looked at some altcoins, we've looked at some regular coins, we touched on Bitcoin. It's kind of boring. Altcoins are looking a little bit rough and maybe more down before up, but we're just trying to find some good ones to get in on that will make us some money in this bull market, change our lives even more. And you guys are the OGs now. You guys are the hardcores, the ones that are in when nobody else is. So man, I gotta give you hands up to you, because you guys give that the greatest chance of making it. I just think that's outstanding. I just wish more and more people would take advantage of it. Guys, good night, and if you can, hit that like button on your way out.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And I will probably see you tomorrow night. Have a good night, guys.